It's no surprise that the Indiana Fever looked best tonight when Caitlin Clark was surrounded by players that don't have an ego, surrounded by players that said, I'm going to be MVP of the WNBA this year. And you see how easy it is when you just let Caitlin play ball and others follow suit?
Finally, after months of doubt and constant criticism, Caitlin Clark reminded everyone exactly why she's that girl. The Indiana Fever didn't just beat the Atlanta Dream, they crushed them 99-82 in a performance that silenced every single person who ever questioned whether this team was better without their star player. Clark didn't just answer the critics, she buried the narrative.
It is now a final 99-82. Right here, 29 points in the third quarter, 30 points in the fourth quarter. That might be the best second half of the season, the best fourth quarter of the season. Look at these bench points. 29 bench points tonight. And they withstood an absolute barrage by Jordan Canada, who had 26 points in the first half.
The haters said the Fever were better without Clark. They said she held the ball too much. They claimed the team had more balance when she wasn't on the floor. So where are those voices now? Because what we saw Friday night wasn't just a win, it was a total takedown of that idea. And the best part? Clark didn't need to score 30 to prove her worth. She ran the show in every way that matters.
An inconsistent ride for Indiana, and for Clark as well, who's had to fight through a lot of injuries. But I think the encouraging thing from Cece was the fight that she showed on the floor. Clearly, she's not quite at 100%, still working her way back, hasn't found her three ball yet, but what she did was attack. She used the physicality against the defenders by putting her head down and going to the basket. That opened things up for her playmaking, which of course is another genius aspect of her game. Once that started clicking, the Fever...
Let's talk about what really happened. Sophie Cunningham came off the bench like a woman on fire, 16 points, 10 rebounds, and pure dominance. But this wasn't a case of her playing in Clark's shadow. It was the opposite. Cunningham thrived because of Clark. The two worked together with electric chemistry. Every pass, every possession, it was clear, this wasn't one player taking over. It was a team coming alive with Clark at the center.
Sophie Cunningham, folks, this might have been the best Sophie Cunningham game she's played so far for the Indiana Fever. When she hit those nail-in-the-coffin threes against the Minnesota Lynx, we were already up in that game. Yes, nail-in-the-coffin, awesome. But we were down in the third quarter. We were down 52-47 in the third quarter. And we came back and won. And that started with Sophie Cunningham hitting a big three.
For weeks, critics, including ESPN's Carolyn Peck, claimed the Fever were more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. Yes, they actually said that. They tried to convince us that the best rookie in WNBA history, the player who broke attendance records and sparked national attention, was somehow a liability. But Friday night proved that narrative wrong in the coldest way possible. This was Clark's revenge, and it was brilliant.
Didn't I say that they need Caitlin Clark? I mean, come on, guys. See, this is why you don't listen to ESPN. Idiots like Carolyn Peck said they are more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. It's she should be indicted and go to jail for that comment. That's one of the dumbest comments.
Clark's final stats? 12 points, 9 assists. Not eye-popping. But the numbers didn't tell the full story. She shot just 5 of 17 and struggled from 3, yet her fingerprints were on every single play. She directed traffic, created space, made her teammates better. And when the Fever needed a spark, down by 3 in the third quarter, Clark's leadership flipped the switch. From there, Indiana never looked back.
So, the big way they were able to neutralize Caitlin Clark, and I think it was almost an issue with Stephanie White as much as anything, is they were manhandling her. They were manhandling Caitlin Clark early in that game. Like, they had two hands on her. They were fully getting into the we are grabbing her and we don't really care. Like, that was their goal. Their goal was they were out there to maul Caitlin Clark. They had they had absolutely no intention of doing anything other than maul.
Let's take a moment for Sophie Cunningham. Off the bench, she was unstoppable. She hit 4 of 5 from beyond the arc and racked up a season-high 16 points. But that production didn't just happen by accident. It was the direct result of Clark's presence. When defenders stretch out to stop Clark from hitting 30-foot bombs, it creates wide-open looks for shooters like Sophie. And she made every shot count.
Let's go right here. Sophie Cunningham. Let's check it out. And she's got the long three way downtown. Boom. Way down, boom. So, real nice all-around performance. Second half was great ball tonight. No doubt about it. But Stephanie White let the team cook in the second.
What truly made this game special was the on-court connection between Clark and Cunningham. You could see it in every sequence. Every time Clark attacked the paint and kicked it out, Cunningham was waiting, locked in. When the defense collapsed on Clark, she dished it right to Sophie for another open three. This is what high IQ basketball looks like, teammates who understand roles and move with purpose. As Cunningham herself said, when she's with us, we play a different style. That's not criticism. That's smart basketball. That's what it means to maximize your team's potential.
Hey, you know what? It's about dang time, let me tell you that. I have my... Shoot, it's been a second. I just think for the team, you know, we've had a lot of injuries. We've had a lot of movement. When C's playing, it's a whole different team. And when she's back, you know, we got to catch our rhythm. She's a heck of a player, but we got to find ways to get her involved, but keep people hot. But, you know, for me, it finally felt good. It felt good. Like I said, my family's here. My sister's my best friends. And so it just felt good to have my family here. So I thought I should do something.
5 points. Aaliyah Boston had 19 points and 8 assists. Indiana poured in 59 points in the second half, their best half this season and tied for their best in the last 7 years. That doesn't happen by luck. That happens when your floor general is elevating everyone around her.
Be herself. We started playing an up-tempo type style that forced the Atlanta Dream to react to what we were doing. Instead of us trying to counterpunch, Atlanta Dream, they found themselves against the ropes. And there we were, Kelsey Mitchell in the third quarter, slugging away. Sophie Cunningham in the third quarter, slugging away. AB in the fourth quarter.
And since we're talking about performance, where exactly was Brittany Griner? The same Griner who's been openly critical of Clark and the media attention around her? When it came time to show up, she didn't. Griner ended with just 10 points and 8 rebounds, shooting 4 of 11 from the field. She looked frustrated, especially when Aaliyah Boston locked her down in the paint. Griner, once considered a dominant force, simply didn't show up when her team needed her most. Even after posting hyped-up messages on social media before the game, she couldn't back it up. This season, she's averaging career lows in points, 10, rebounds, 5.5, and blocks, 1.2. And Friday night made it clear why. She's not the player she used to be, and she definitely didn't belong in the spotlight this time.
This game, in the second half, we didn't take our foot off the gas. We put our foot on the throat of the Atlanta Dream. We didn't tell Caitlin Clark, whoa there, lassie. No, we said, Caitlin Clark, roam free. Fly like a butterfly. Flap your wings, spread your wings. And watch the team follow.